Welcome to Student Financial Services, consisting of financial aid, the Bursar's Office, and the Office of Financial Literacy. Let's first talk about financial aid. The first step in obtaining financial aid is to complete the FAFSA. The FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. The FAFSA must be completed each year, and Central has a priority filing deadline of March 1st. The student will go to studentaid.gov and create their FSA ID and password. Any contributor who is on the FAFSA, which is a parent, would also have an FSA ID as well. Currently, information is populated to the FAFSA through the Direct Data Exchange, and this Direct Data Exchange links tax information to FAFSA automatically. When you are filing your FAFSA, the Direct Data Exchange will take tax information from 2 years prior. Upon the completion of the FAFSA, the student will be assigned an SAI, which is a Student Aid Index. The Student Aid Index is a formula-based number ranging from -$1,500 to over $900,000, and all of this is derived from the FAFSA form data. This determines a student's eligibility for federal, state, and institutional need-based financial aid. As a rule of thumb, the lower or a negative SAI indicates a higher financial need and potential for maximum Pell Grant eligibility. In order for the student to maintain their financial aid eligibility, there are certain requirements. The student must be a U.S. citizen or eligible non-citizen. They must be a matriculated student, which just means that they're accepted into an institution in a degree program. They must be a minimum of a part-time status, and they must meet satisfactory academic progress. So what is satisfactory academic progress? Students must meet the following requirements to continue to be eligible for financial aid. They must maintain a minimum GPA of 2.0, and they must maintain a 67.5% course completion percentage. What that means is if the student starts with, let's say, 12 credits, halfway through the semester, they realize that they have to withdraw from a class. Now they're at 9 credits. It's important that they complete and pass those 9 credits with a minimum GPA of 2.0 to maintain their eligibility for financial aid. We have many academic resources throughout campus to assist students. We have academic coaching. We have the Learning Center, which also provides one-on-one tutoring. We have the Writing Center, and we have the Office of Accessibility Services. Let's talk about the types of financial aid the students are eligible for. Financial aid comes in the form of grants, which are free funds, meaning the student does not have to pay these funds back. Grants come from the federal government based upon the student's FAFSA filing and their student aid index, institutional grants from Central, and state grants from the state of Connecticut. As previously mentioned, Central has a priority filing deadline of March 1st. It's important that students meet this priority filing deadline so they can receive any grants that they're eligible for. Scholarships are also free funds. At Central, we have foundation scholarships, and in October, all students receive an email from the CCSU Foundation indicating that these scholarships are now open and they can apply for any scholarships that they match for or they qualify for. And then there's private scholarships students can receive within their community or private organizations. Loans are borrowed funds and need to be repaid. Loans come in the form of federal student loans, Parent Plus loans, which are also federal loans, and private student loans. Federal work study is also awarded by the federal government, and it allows the student to have a job on campus, and they can work and receive a paycheck. What is Pell Promise? CCSU is fully committed to the academic success of our Pell Grant recipients and is honored to provide support. Upon the FAFSA submission, students who live in Connecticut or a New England regional state who have a student aid index of -$1,500 to $6,655 will receive scholarships and grants that cover the full cost of tuition and fees, meaning the student will not have to take out loans for tuition and fees. If the student does live on campus, however, Pell Promise does not cover room and meal plan charges. It's also important to note, in order to maintain Pell Promise, the student must be a full-time student, and existing students must file their FAFSA by the March 1st priority filing deadline. Let's talk about scholarships. Merit scholarships are awarded by the admissions office, and students are automatically evaluated during the application review. They are notified if they've received a merit scholarship upon their acceptance letter from Central. Other scholarships include the Foundation Scholarship through CCSU. The Foundation Scholarship allows students to complete one application, and then that application auto matches the student to any scholarship that they qualify for. It doesn't mean that they will automatically receive that scholarship, but it does mean that they are auto matched and they're put into a pool with other qualified candidates. If a student does receive a foundation scholarship, it is for the next academic year. So our foundation opens up their scholarships in October. After the scholarships close, they are reviewed, and students are notified over the summer if they've received a scholarship and it's applicable for the next academic year. Students can also go to local organizations to see if they qualify for any scholarships, and there are also national scholarships where a lot of money goes unused. So if the student does searches online, they could find a multitude of national scholarships. The only thing that we tell you is to be aware of scams. If the scholarship organization is asking for a student's social security number or any money to process the scholarship, please delete that scholarship application and remove yourself from the website. It shouldn't cost the student any money to apply for a scholarship, and those scholarships should be free money to the student. When the student receives their financial aid award package, they can be awarded up to 2 loans from the federal government, a subsidized loan and an unsubsidized loan. The subsidized loan is based upon the student's financial need, and the interest is deferred while the student is in school. The unsubsidized loan is offered to all students, and the interest will accrue while the student is in school. When the federal government awards these loans to the student, they do not do a credit check. If there is still a balance on the student account, the parent has the option of applying for a Parent Plus loan. When the parent applies for the Parent Plus loan, a credit check is done, and if the loan is awarded to the parent, the interest will accrue while the student is in school. Loan repayments can begin while the student is in school, but a formal student loan repayment happens 6 months after the student graduates or they leave an institution of higher learning. The interest rate of the subsidized and unsubsidized loan for the student is at 6.39%, and the interest rate for the Parent Plus loan is 8.94%. Central bills on a per semester basis. The cost for full-time tuition for an in-state undergraduate student is $6,525. If the student is a part-time student, the cost is $642 per credit with a registration fee of $58. Housing and meal plans can vary based upon the student choice of their dorm room and their meal plan. But just for reference, a standard dorm is $3,837, and the standard meal plan is $2,899. All tuition and fee information is on our website in the bursar's office at ccsu.edu/bursar. We offer a payment plan to all students and parents to assist them with payment of their bill in equal monthly installments. If a parent is assisting the student with their bill, we encourage the student to add a parent, a guardian, or anybody that is assisting them with their bill as an authorized user. An authorized user allows us to speak with that person about the student billing, and they can also access the student bill through their own portal, They can make a payment on the bill, and they can also enter into a payment plan on the student's behalf. Billing due dates will always remain the same. For the fall semester, the billing due date is July 15th. For the spring semester, the billing due date is December 15th. And if the student enrolls in a summer or a winter session course, that bill is due upon enrollment. The Office of Financial Literacy helps students make the best financial decisions now to benefit them in the future. We talk about understanding student loan debt, understanding personal debt, the importance of credit scores, and the importance of credit cards. We help provide financial skills to students for a life after college. The Office of Financial Literacy is partnering with first-year experience classes to go into those classrooms and speak with the students about financial literacy. Please take a moment if you want to take a picture of this screen. It's the contact for Student Financial Services, the Office of Financial Aid, the Bursar's Office, and the Office of Financial Literacy. Thank you for your time today.